Truth be told, I haven't seen a whole lot of movies this year, but May has been unprecedented for me in the fact that I have seen six movies in a single month. And 4 of them I actually saw in theaters during their first week of release, which is just crazy for me normally. So, the return of Popcorn Mango for today will be a lightning round. It won't be focused on one specific movie, or even 2, or even 3. It will be 6. So as not to drag this on forever, let's get started. In the running for what is perhaps the most disappointing movie of 2019 for me is Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Yes, let's get the disappointing one out of the way first. One of the movies I will defend until my dying breath is 2014's Godzilla, directed by Gareth Edwards, which is, for my money, I think maybe the greatest giant monster movie ever made. Even without Gareth Edwards' involvement, King of the Monsters seemed like another major hit. The first 2 trailers were incredible and promised another visually dazzling, emotionally engaging entry in the Godzilla franchise. Well, that didn't happen. Instead, King of the Monsters is a sloppy, underwhelming mediocrity with tiresome action that doesn't match anything from the 2014 film, and a complete lack of the cohesive visualization of its characters' motivations, thoughts, and development that I found so fascinating last time. You can sum up these characters' arcs in the broadest, blandest strokes. But you go to Godzilla to see monsters fight, right? You don't care about storytelling, you just want to see action. Well, you get action. Unfortunately, it becomes repetitive, fast, and whoever directed this doesn't have a fucking clue how to create palpable tension nor anticipation in seeing these gods of death and destruction duke it out, and their fights mostly lack any kind of real weight or ebb and flow to them or any kind of tension. How can I feel tension when these characters have plot armor to them where they don't get stepped on while they're running directly under these giant monsters fighting? It's stupid. The movie also commits the cardinal sin of undercutting its own awe and sense of wonder with abysmal attempts of comedy. I wanted to yell, "Shut the fuck up!" at the characters whenever they made a snarky one-liner or dumb joke just to add humor to the movie. You know your movie sucks when you make a gonorrhea joke out of the name King Ghidorah. It's that low. It's that fucking pathetic. How can I take this shit seriously when these characters don't seem to? Anyway, King of the Monsters. Bland, dull, underwhelming, and I walked out of the theater really bummed out. Deadwood was my first exposure to nasty, hard R-rated, and graphic adult live-action television, and this is when I was just in elementary school. Ever since then, it's remained one of my favorite TV shows ever, and I'm among the camp that's been waiting for a proper series finale for over a decade. After a long stretch of whispers and rumors, HBO finally sorted their shit out and made a proper finale to Deadwood in the form of a movie. And thank fuck, it's a great movie. It was really cool to see that even after all this time, the flowery Deadwood dialogue still hasn't lost its bite. There are so many lines in this movie that made me go, oof, fuck, that was a good line. But good dialogue needs good actors to deliver it, and this stellar ensemble cast delivers 100%. They give off the vibe that they never even stopped being these characters, and they hop back into their skin without missing a single beat. You also get a tangible sense of how much time has passed, and the unseen history of the past 10 years between the Season 3 finale and this movie is just written all over these characters' faces, and through their subtle mannerisms. Timothy Olyphant in particular has really grown as an actor since the series ended, and he brings such a newly founded air of wisdom and strength to Bullock, while also showing moments of regressing back to his old hair-trigger temper ways. It's a phenomenal standout performance in a movie full of them, and the movie ends the series perfectly with a bittersweet scene that wraps up the show with one of the best final lines in visual medium history. a great, well-deserved finale to one of the best shows ever. I didn't even know what the hell Always Be My Maybe was until I saw an ad for it on Facebook one day. The selling point? Keanu fucking Reeves. Usually I think Keanu Reeves is a pretty terrible dramatic actor in most cases. But the man knows comedy. His scene that was shown in a Netflix ad for this movie that I just randomly came upon made me laugh hard. So I watched this just for him. And surprisingly, the movie itself turned out to be pretty good. You've seen this kind of romantic comedy a billion times before, but the cliches are a lot easier to swallow when they've got some pretty decent ingredients to go along with them. It's light, charming, funny, and of course, Keanu Reeves slays it. He just takes the movie and runs away with it. He's hilarious. His scenes steal the entire movie. And he basically just plays a douchey version of himself, which is great. But what I admire the movie for as well is its willingness to showcase the more mundane, mediocre side of a cultural minority. This isn't some cynical, crazy rich Asians bullshit situation where they make diversity just for the sake of it. There's a genuine sincerity, respect, and love present in Always Be My Maybe's portrayal of Asian culture and the Asian American lifestyle. And I respect that a lot more than your average cynical cash grab, which unfortunately these days are pretty prevalent. Detective Pikachu is okay. Yeah. It's just okay. My biggest grievance with it is that it's just so plain. Its concept and CGI animated Pokemon led by a weirdo Ryan Reynolds voiced Pikachu are so bizarre and rife with potential that it's all the more disheartening when the filmmakers go the easy way out every single time. Every time it comes to a story beat or the humor, I was shocked with how vanilla it all felt despite its perceived strangeness. But I can't say I hated it either. It's got a swearing Pikachu, drug jokes, and a visual homage to Princess Mononoke at one point. So it's not all bad. Still, I felt like it could have just been so much more. Disney continues to pimp out their animated classics with shameless abandon, and the latest victim to that remakification of theirs is the 1992 masterpiece Aladdin, which is quite possibly my favorite Disney animated movie ever. Aside from the money, this movie just reeks of passionless filmmaking. It's like they just wanted to remake the movie, except take out all the charm, musicality, and fun that was in the original animated movie. Oh, and it's also got Disney's typical, bog standard, boring, deep cleaning of anything potentially offensive or non-PC from the original film. The songs in this are performed with the enthusiasm of a kindergarten play. Except kindergartners would be more into this shit than these actors seem to be. And the film's visual style and editing do not sync up at all with what's going on screen. It's completely incompetent on a pacing and storytelling level as well, because it haphazardly rearranged the original plot while adding in completely unnecessary new characters, side plots, and an abysmal new song that just exists to give Jasmine something to do in the climax. Except it stops the movie dead in its fucking tracks in the third act to deliver a ham-fisted feminist message through an unbelievably lazy character arc and an atrocious song. Oh, I want to be Sultan of Agrabah! No, bitch, you cannot be Sultan of Agrabah. You are woman. You are better seen than heard. Oh, let me sing the song. La la la, I won't be silenced. La 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 la. Okay, how was that? Oh, I understand now. You must be Sultan. Even though you seem to not have any experience doing this shit. But by all means, you are a woman. Go be Sultan. That's literally how it goes. Don't even get me fucking started on Jafar. They turned one of the best Disney villains into this boring, whiny bitch. I absolutely hated him. So, yeah, keep doing you, Disney. You continue to make garbage, so these fucking retarded baboons like the people in the theater I saw Aladdin in pay you money to eat this shit up. Yeah, keep this shit going, guys. Keep ruining your good shit. Keep ruining Lion King. Keep ruining Mulan. Keep ruining Lady and the Tramp. Keep ruining Lady and Stitch. Keep ruining any fucking movie out there. I know I said Lady and Stitch instead of Lilo and Stitch, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck this movie. It sucks. Alright, kiddos, I'm saving the best one for last with this one. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. So if Aladdin is the worst movie I've seen so far this year, John Wick 3 is the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I fucking love this movie. I love it so much that I saw it twice during its opening weekend, which is basically almost unheard of for me. It's a masterfully executed action movie with near flawless filmmaking and choreography that ramps up the intensity even more than the last movie. In fact, it reaches a level of perfection so early on that the rest of the movie never achieves the same degree of greatness ever again. When a badass motorcycle action scene with ninjas and fucking swords is the weakest fight in the movie, you know it's doing something truly special, because that shit would be the standout moment in any other movie. But in the world of John Wick 3, that shit's just a fucking appetizer, baby. Woven throughout the movie are also really subtle and exciting bits of world building, characterization, and themes such as power, honor, and respect among killers. One of my biggest fears going into this was that they would explain the origins of John Wick way too much, thus ruining his mystique. But they nail it so perfectly. All it takes is one line, and you know exactly why and how John Wick is the incredible warrior that he is. It's a brutal, bloody, funny, and damn cathartic and exhilarating ballet of violence and action. It's basically the ultimate celebration of movie violence. In a post-John Wick world, other action movie hack directors might as well not even fucking bother.